Jolynn, how you doing? Okay, so yeah, I think we all have noticed that you download an app and there's just no tutorial. So we all have to spend a little bit of time getting to know the app. That's part of it, right? And that's just that's just kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak. So I'm not real concerned about that at this point, but well, I do want to address a couple of your comments. Let me see. So the biggest challenge was switching the screens out, and this is such an accelerated project that you would at this point, this kind of preliminary paper prototype testing, you would probably do a couple of different sessions. I know we don't have time to do that, but basically what you would reassemble your screens to address the problems that you had in the first set of user testing. Okay, so perhaps you didn't anticipate what would happen if somebody said, I would click here, and you don't have that screen prepared. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's all part of the process. So right now, I think the most important thing right now for user testing is to get your prototypes done, your paper prototypes, and ask questions dealing specifically with navigation and basic functions. Let me go over to the, what did I do with it? Did I close it? Darn it, I did. Hang on one sec. Oh boy, I had that Treehouse app example open. I'll just open it again. Here we are. Okay, and I want to jump to the last page of this because there's a really good example of some test questions right over here, project summary, conclusion, right here, usability testing. These are really good testing questions. So these are just simple little tasks that you would ask the viewer. Now, if you set your script up like this, like you've got 6 solid tasks that you're going to ask, show me how you would set up your user profile. Show me how you would log in. Click where the steps that you would log in. So they click the first step and then they get it right. So you switch the screen out. They click the second step, you switch the screen out. So basically you have all your screens in front of you based on the script that you're going to use for your testing. Does that make sense? And in this preliminary stage, you want to keep these questions as simple as possible. You don't want to lead the test subject at all. So if they get something wrong, if they click somewhere, you say, okay, show me where you would click to set up your user profile. And they click in the wrong place. You don't want to go, are you sure you would click there? Just record the data and move on. The viewer, the subject doesn't even need to know they get it wrong. As a matter of fact, you probably don't want to let them know they get it wrong because that could theoretically affect the way they answer future questions. Nobody wants to get anything wrong, but people aren't so concerned about saying I'm not sure. So I think we would all rather say I'm not sure than actually get it wrong, right? So we don't want to let them know if they got it wrong, okay? We also don't want to take any tips or advice from the test subject at this point. We just want to say ask a few questions and have them point to where they think the answer lies and be done with it. The rest will come in time. It's important to understand this class is a very introductory look at user prototyping and as a preliminary step to UX design, right? So the steps are pretty basic at this point. Back to your post. Yeah, this only comes through learning. I would have my complete application example to use. That way you can go ahead and switch those pages out quickly on the fly and you wouldn't be stuck there. And I've been there 100 times where I'm with a test subject and they go, well, I would do this and darn, I don't have that page. So then you're just sitting there like, okay, let's move on to the next question, right? So I get you. I understand what you're saying there. The walkthrough buttons and pages need to be clear, concise, and exactly what the options are. You got it. You got it. At this point, this is without question the most important thing we can do right now is to make sure that the buttons, the navigation, the icons all make sense so the viewer knows where to click to perform specific functions. Okay, and I think you get that. I really do. I'm getting a good sense of proficiency on your part with the project so far. So I think you're doing good stuff. All right, any questions at all, please let me know. Thanks, Jolynn.